your initial goal was to try to help people out of a health pandemic, and then you find yourself wrapped up in trying to meet bureaucratic deadlines and trying to comply with rules that are most likely not accomplishable.
But Oklahoma tribal governments have accomplished it. They're helping their citizens through the coronavirus pandemic, despite strict deadlines on the spending of COVID-19 CARES Act dollars. Tonight in our series, Native America, The Road to Recovery, Tony Russell shows us how the citizen Potawatomi tribe is trying to reach 23,000 eligible members for assistance.
I was out of it, didn't really do much work.
His artwork is known all over. Matt Bearden is a member of the citizen Potawatomi tribe, and when the pandemic hit,
it's been tough.
He was unable to work.
My wife works for Mayfest. I was the poster artist a couple years ago. I was going to do a few things for them, some panels, paint some panels, do some things, maybe even do a live paint. That was all. Went out the door.
And people stopped buying art.
Just disconcerting, you know, kind of just gut punch, slows you down.
Bearden wasn't alone. He was one of many artists and tribal members out of work.
We knew that it was going to be hard on people, not just people who worked for us, but people all across the nation. And so we knew how critical it was because people would be losing their jobs. And that's why we decided to give out individual funding for our tribal members.
The Citizen Potawatomi organized a COVID committee who decided the best way to help its members is through a variety of grants that include money for housing, technology, food, and clothing. The tribe is even providing assistance to Citizen Potawatomi business owners up to $5,000.
This is a huge process for any tribe. We've been giving out checks. Let's just say that we send out 1,000 checks on a regular basis. All of a sudden, we're sending out 5,000, 10,000.
Caps, who just returned to work after recovering from COVID-19 herself, says one of the tribe's biggest challenges is making sure its members know about applying for the assistance. Getting the word out isn't the tribe's only challenge. The Citizen Potawatomi received its $65 million in federal CARES Act dollars in 2 installments, one at the end of May and the other at the end of June. The tribe says it's mandated to spend the money by the end of the year and do it within the guidelines of the federal government. The chair of the Citizen Potawatomi says it's also been difficult making sure the federal government doesn't change its mind on how the money can be spent.
There was also these gray areas too, the areas where you would take a stand on how you were going to do something, and you'd ask the federal government, does this comply? And you get, well, maybe yes, maybe no.
Whether it's a yes or no, members like Bearden are grateful the tribe made him aware of the relief funds so he could paint a better picture of the future for his family.
It's a God thing. We were camping at Keystone State Park a couple of months ago, and the people in the lot next to us were Potawatomi, and her daughter used to work for the tribe, and she told us about the educational grant for the children. So we looked that up, and then we found out about, I was able to read about the extensive assistance that the tribe is providing. And then the tribe called right after that.
It's a call that gives him hope in the midst of a pandemic.
It's made up for some lost revenue, and I don't know, it's kind of recharged me a little bit.
Well, we're already starting to fill it up just a little bit.
Next week, tribal food assistance programs are going into overdrive. The holidays are here, and communities are seeing a spike in COVID cases. How the CARES Act funding is keeping these programs running. In Shawnee, covering Native America, The Road to Recovery, I'm Tony Russell. 2 Works for You. Is the CARES Act funding working for you? If you're an enrolled member of a Native tribe in our area, let us know by emailing us at nativeamericarecovery@kjrh.com.